Reality has never been simple. Human beings are complex. Our world is complex. Complexity isn't the enemy. It's about understanding how to live well in a complex world. Wisdom, rooted in virtue, is what allows us to navigate complexity in a world overflowing with information. If the world is complex, we must seek wisdom. Welcome to Walk the Walk, where we go beyond talking the talk. I'm Scott McLarty, head of Providence High School in Burbank, California, and in this show, we talk out of school about growing up and being a grown-up, about learning and leading for a better world. Let's get into it. Welcome to Walk the Walk. I'm Scott McLarty, head of school at Providence High School. We often find ourselves wishing that life were simpler. We may even pine after earlier, simpler times. The truth is, reality has never been simple. Human beings are complex. Our world is complex. The universe itself is irreducibly complex. Complexity isn't the enemy. It just is. And yet we often find ourselves overwhelmed by it or afraid of it, and I wonder why. Maybe it's because complexity can feel overwhelming, especially in a world overflowing with information. The world of social media and 24-hour news provide a constant temptation to simplify or oversimplify, to turn everything into sound bites and clickbait. But when we do that, we lose something essential. We lose the wisdom that complexity can offer us. If the world is complex, then as people of Providence, we must seek wisdom. Wisdom isn't just knowledge. It goes way beyond that. It's not about collecting facts or mastering data. It's about understanding how to live well in a complex world. It's about the timeless values that guide us: compassion, dignity, justice, excellence, and integrity, especially when the path is complex and it's hard to get a solid grasp on anything. Sometimes I think that simplicity and complexity are opposites, but I don't actually think they are. A simple meal can still have layers of complexity behind every ingredient, just as a simple truth can hold profound depth. Those of you who know me well know that I love all things related to food. I love talking about it, cooking it, and definitely eating it. And despite my name, I'm mostly Italian and very much take after that big, loud Italian Catholic side of my family. Italian food is one of the most simple cuisines in the world. In some ways, it revels in the lack of complexity of ingredients or techniques. But as soon as I start thinking about a simple dish like a Caprese salad, I realize the vast complexity behind it. From the seasonality and variety of tomato, the freshness of the basil, the quality of the mozzarella, the pepperiness of the olive oil, the hands that shaped the cheese and stirred the curd, the ranchers that raised the cattle, the pastures that the cattle grazed, and onward it goes. Complexity and connection abound everywhere we look if we're open to it. So I wonder if the key is to go beyond just trying to understand complexity, the complexity of the world around us, even the most simple things, which can get overwhelming, but also learn to stand in awe of it. Awe in the face of complexity opens us to wisdom. So here are 5 practices that I try to use in my own life. Pause before reacting. In a world of instant responses, wisdom often begins with a pause. That brief moment of reflection can help us choose a wiser, more thoughtful path. As Jefferson Fisher says, let your breath be your first word. Ask deeper questions. Instead of just asking, what should I do? Ask, what matters most here? Or what values should inform my response to this situation? Wisdom grows, I think, when we shift from surface level questions to deeper, values-driven ones. Seek out diverse perspectives. Make a habit of listening to voices that challenge us or offer different experiences. Take the time to ask for dissent in a meeting and build a culture where the people around us feel safe to disagree and offer a yeah, but response. Wisdom is enriched by a diversity of thought. Ask, is this true? And how do I know it is true? Wisdom, I think, involves recognizing the difference between reality and the stories we tell ourselves about reality. The labels we give to people and the stories we tell ourselves should get as much, if not more, scrutiny as we give to the stories others tell about us. When we think that person doesn't like me, or so-and-so has it out for me, or I have to do that particular thing, we should interrogate our own thoughts ruthlessly. Is that true? How do we know it is true? As Byron Katie puts it, I discovered that when I believed my thoughts, I suffered, but that when I didn't believe them, I didn't suffer, and that this is true for every human being. And finally, learn from wisdom figures and traditions. Remember that we're not the first to walk this path. Look to the wisdom figures of the past and present, whether it's the Stoics, the saints, the sages of the many religious and wisdom traditions in our community, or modern-day mentors. Wisdom is timeless, and it lives in the stories and teachings passed down through generations. Let's embrace that heritage as a source of strength. For the Sisters of Providence, wisdom has always been about living a values-based life based on the example and teaching of Jesus in the Gospels, who calls us to shift our gaze and our work to those most vulnerable in society, which has been the clear and consistent message of Pope Francis and now Pope Leo. Wisdom, rooted in virtue and relationship, is what allows us to navigate complexity without losing our moral compass, without losing our groundedness, which we talked about before. Complexity is everywhere we look, and that's okay. So maybe we can be less overwhelmed by complexity if we spend a little less time trying to simplify it, and we learn to wisely accept it and stand in it with wonder and awe. Thanks for listening and for walking the walk with me. See you next time. Thank you for joining me on Walk the Walk. Please support us by following, subscribing, and visiting us at providencehigh.org/walkthewalk, where you can sign up for our email list to join the conversation. Thanks again, and see you next time.